Zoom. That's a bbig one at the moment.
Definitely.
We're there. Say, for example, you need signposting to funding. We have a funding bank that we have access to, and we can support with trying to find funding for your groups. And then more development, so things like conflict resolution, how to deal with volunteers, management, and so forth. So these peer support groups can be anything. So they range from health and well-being, personal interests, and a lot of the groups during the pandemic at the moment have actually transformed themselves into COVID support groups now. Right. So, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. The amount of hard work and dedication that's gone through creating these networks. So I can give you an example. Nasir Daughters is a wonderful organisation that I help support.
Sorry to disturb you before my brain decided to go blank anyway. I
hope it didn't go blank by my information.
I'm thinking. Yeah, but you see, when we're talking about Skype and the website.
Yeah.
From my personal opinion, I do not think there is enough support for the over 50s or 60s or 70 to learn about the website or even set up, because I'm useless. I do struggle with mines. Yeah. Do you do that as well?
Yes. And it's a really good point that you mention, because there are a lot of groups that we support whose members don't even have internet. And those that do have internet don't know how to access it. Yeah. And then the next step is then accessing Zoom and so forth. So those individuals that haven't got internet, we've been touching base with them through letters and keeping the communication going there. They're obviously social distancing. Each group member can meet in different ways, but within the parameters of the law. And then in terms of that accessing Zoom and online things, we found some really great things happening actually. People are starting to use WhatsApp more. And through doing your WhatsApp, they're using the actual video camera ability to connect with individuals. And because Zoom usually, you follow a link, so it's quite straightforward for a lot of the groups to
not for me, it's
touch the link and go through it. And we've had some great happenings with that. But yeah, we understand that there will be people that are not able to access those areas, and we're working on supporting them as much as we can.
But unless the people or the listeners out there from all over the world let you know, the service won't go very far. But as long as you know, you can put things into place.
Yeah, because the idea is self-help is a spot where people can come to through the directory. So say, for example, we've got the prophetic guidance on there. And so if someone was, let's say, going on the directory, they might search something and your organisation, the group will pop up. They'll be able to then read what the group's about and then have
able to contact
information. And also and the other stream that we do is an actual printed directory as well.
What's one of them?
So if, let's say you had something like Yellow Pages, so similar to that, a printed directory of all the self-help groups that we come under our umbrella, or we've supported. And most of these groups are groups that we may not have even done anything for. They've just come to us and said, can you just put yourself on put ourselves on your directory so we can find out a bit more.
It's like a booklet, and it's a book where different one goes in, different people from experience, whether it's bereavement, anxiety. So all of those.
Diabetes. We've got friends and brethrens on there for prostate cancer. We've got the other cancer supports. We've got Arab women's groups on there, Asian women's group. So a lot of different and diverse groups with a spectrum of race, faith, and sort of interest, really.
But I think in today's society and the way the world is now at the moment, we're going to need all of those. It's this get together. It doesn't matter what faith you are, it doesn't matter where you come from. It's getting unite together,
Yeah, absolutely. The compassion and empathy is a core part of what we do. I've been privileged to work with an organisation that is amazing when it comes to understanding diversity, because it's a reflection of our society and our community. So naturally, an organisation that has those ethos will end up being a part of the community as well. And that's why I'm here today as well, to share that.
Do you think, because you get so many different cultures and nationality, it bring people out? Because it's only since I've been coming to the radio station as well, I'm seeing a lot more from the Asian community and the respect and everything that what I get compared to if I was outside, maybe on the street I wouldn't have seen that. You think that's a good thing with the group, what you're setting up with?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I didn't entirely understand what you were trying to say.
It's all right. Usually I come and they go into the mosque. See the kids them downstairs, see the kids them in their classroom, their behavior, their manners-able. If I didn't see that here, all I would have been doing is going to the shop and buying something, not realizing.
Yeah, oh God, yeah, of course, engaging with people. Yeah, yes. Definitely, spaces of engagement. So this is a fantastic space for engagement. And with us, believe it or not, I think the pandemic's brought about something really fantastic. And one of the things that it's brought about is we're connecting in ways that we never connected before. So I know the online has problems because not everybody can get online, but the outreach has been better.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, you know, the idea of just connecting and what you said about you wouldn't have that space to communicate. In this space of time that I've been working with Self Help UK under the pandemic, I have met so many different people from different backgrounds. Yeah, completely. So what I was talking about was the Nasir daughters, fantastic group of women.
I think I saw that on your Facebook page.
Did you?
Doing some cooking.
Yes.
Or something.
So I went to an online Zoom cook along. Oh my God, I've learned so much. Not one for too much cooking, but I managed that. So yeah, I made chicken noodle soup and it was delicious. Yeah. So we did it on Zoom. So there's about 20 of us all together, and we had our facilitator, Brenda, the wonderful Brenda, got the ingredients, and we just cooked together. And at the end,
idea.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. Absolutely. Well, a lot of groups now are doing online bingo, you know, little quiz nights and so forth. And those people, that generation that's not privy to using all those social media outlets or, Zoom and Facebook and all sorts, have found that they've got help from their children. So their offspring have come to some use. Yeah.
So Shazia, in your opinion, your definition of self-care, because I think the word self-care is often misinterpreted as something selfish, but it's not.
No.
So what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think my take on it is giving yourself the permission to look after yourself. Self-care can be seen through the sort of lens of individual act, but my self-care is also dependent on other people. So in order for me to feel better, if I've got a problem, I'll ask somebody. I think that's a form of self-care, right? It's connecting one another. One of the wonderful things that, a lot of people that have been around me I've learned from have said, if you don't know, ask. You're not supposed to have all the answers.
True. Yeah.
And that's why in our faith and in a lot of other faith communities and non-faith communities, there are small communities that work on that basis of connecting, So for me, it is about the individual. Yeah. But through the individual, you have a community that supports one another. Yeah.
And also for me, I like to paint the wall. As a self-care, especially when you go into...
Pam paints the wall red. And I saw it.
We like say mental health. With the world is today, stress, you're depressed. Yeah. So I listen to music as well. And sometimes when negative people is around me that talking about negativity...
Yes.
take on that person role and you become negative as well. Compared to when you hang around with somebody with a positive attitude, it reflects on you. So I try to avoid